Hi everyone, it's Sailor Mimzy. In today's video, I'm going to do a double journaling time. So, depending on how long each page takes me, this might go on to 2 videos, maybe 1 video. We'll see how it goes. So what happened was, today is the 7th of December, Wednesday. Yesterday, I was way too tired and super sore, could not journal. So I told myself it was okay and I'll just journal and do both pages today. And I figured it'd be, I guess, fun to show you guys how I'm gonna do both days, because I rarely ever skip a day. Well, I've never really skipped a day in this notebook, but I guess journal later. So there is actually one day that I just thought of, I think it was in November, where I was way too tired to journal that day. So I just saved it for the next day, and I did a really lazy job about it too. But for these 2 days, I have a lot to write about. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the surroundings on my desk here are a whole bunch of my tools and stuff that I'm going to be using today. So let's just get into it. Also, I'll mention that last night before I went to bed, since I knew I wasn't going to be journaling, like, skipping a day, I guess, or journaling the next day, I wrote down a list in point form, very brief point form, of what I wanted to journal about this day before I could forget. So I just have my handy list here. Alright, so now let's get into it. So I'll zoom in a little bit. So the weather yesterday, horrible snowstorm began yesterday morning and went through all day and continued on to today. But it wasn't too cold yesterday. It was -1 degrees Celsius was the high and -4 degrees was low. But non-stop snow, and the wind was really bad. And today, -10, and then the low was -19 degrees Celsius and more snow. We went from pretty much having no snow at all to, like, I think we're at is it 15 centimeters? I'm not even sure. The wind is really bad. I have a lot of stuff I want to write for the previous day that I'm doing up for today. So first I want to do some stamping. I'm just gonna use the back of my list as so I don't get ink on my journal. So the stamp I want to use isn't going to fit on this little piece of scrap paper that I want to stick in my journal, but that's okay. What color do I want to use? I'll go with brown. So it's a little tag stamp. Now while I wait for this ink to dry, I think I want to decorate first. Just going to move this aside so I can look at my list. I'm just going to start writing at the bottom. Chose a random spot. Okay, so I'm going back to this little tag that I stamped and I'm going to write in it. Maybe I'll use a marker. I was going to stamp each letter individually, but I got kind of lazy. So I'll just write it. I'm going to stick that right up there. Alright, so I'm going to add some washi, take a writing break using this. This is one of my oldest rolls of washi that I have right now. I think I've had it for 3 years, and it's getting harder and harder to use. Like, when you pull on it to use it, sometimes it's too sticky, so it doesn't want to separate from the rest of the roll. Just putting that there. And I'm just going to trim the edge. If I can find my dangerous scissors. So far, the bottom here, I just wrote about, well, both are related to the snowstorm that we had yesterday. The bottom I wrote about how Sadie usually goes in the backyard, but because of the snow and some parts of our yard had really high like little hills of snow just because of the wind blowing it over, like lots of snowdrift. She had a hard time getting to her usual spots to go into the bathroom. So I just made a little mini map of where she actually ended up going, which is right near our house, which is very odd for her. And I mapped out some of the usual spots that she goes to, just for comparison. And then up here, I wrote about how I wanted to do some shoveling before my husband came home from work to help him out because there was a ton to do. So I tried to get to the garage to get the shovel and to do some shoveling, and yeah, there was no way I was going to make it to the garage. There was a part in the yard where the snow was up to my knees and I couldn't, like I did not want to walk through there without like proper clothes on. I was just wearing like sweatpants and boots, but I didn't have, I don't own any snow pants, so I didn't want to walk through that. But I did end up finding a little shovel, like a shorter shovel, so I ended up using that to start shoveling a bit before he came home. Oh yeah, on the bottom I wanted to add some more washi. So some Christmas theme tape. My husband bought me Christmassy washi tapes. So we'll use that today. I haven't used them yet. Okay. So yes, there was lots and lots of shoveling to do. Okay, and I'm gonna add, I just wanted to add some more here. Oopsie, just down here, fill up the space. And again, I've had this tape for a very long time, as you can see. Came with the green one that I used above there. And this one's almost done, and same thing, it's trickier to pull because it's getting to be older. Kind of covers what I wrote, so I'm just going to rip it a little bit more. As you can see, I drew a picture here. That's my husband in his bear form and I wearing my ginormous winter jacket. And all these things sticking out in the background are the shovels that we use. My husband has a system. We have these 4 shovels and all 4 of them each have a purpose. And no matter which shovel I use, I'm very uncomfortable using each one. It's either way too long, like the handle is too long, or too short. I don't know how he does it. Right, so I have a little more that I wanted to add about this day, but I'm just going to move it on to the next day because as you can see, I've kind of run out of room, and it's okay. It's not a big deal if it ends up on the next page anyway. So here I wrote about, let's see, oh, I made homemade hot chocolate for the first time as a surprise for my husband because he was out shoveling way longer than I was. But we took a few breaks, a couple of breaks while shoveling, and then I ended up staying in because I couldn't do it anymore. My back hurt so bad. And I was taking my time too. But when it comes to shoveling, it's usually him that does most of the work. And I'm just gonna paint in some of my doodles. Oh, and the hot chocolate turned out really good. I was kind of nervous it wasn't gonna turn out because we only use almond milk at home, but it turned out really good. So I'll make it again sometime. Again before winter's over. Definitely not something that you could have every day or every other day, just because I found it to be on the sweet side. Alright, so I'm going to start on the next day. Finish painting everything in, almost actually. Just a few finishing touches. But I gotta unload this memory card. And yeah, then I'll start on this next page. Like I said, we'll see if I'll put this in one video or not. Alright, so continuing on to the 7th of December. So this side's all finished now. Yeah, I had to empty out my memory card. I just did some final touches. I'll zoom in and show you guys. Oopsie. Alright. So just a very small drawing. There's I explained this to my husband and I in our, while we were shoveling. So I added in some snowfall, finished painting that's in there. And then there's the hot cocoa that I did. And then, oh, I just wrote in the word Wednesday because I had these 2 lines that were free, so I had to fill it in with that. So that's how it turned out. Alright. So the 7th today, I didn't do a whole lot compared to yesterday. Mainly wanted to take it easy because, like I said, my back hurt from yesterday. But I did do a thing or two. Where is this? Oh, I had a cutout I wanted to stick on this page. So I just have this cutout here. Might stick it here. Maybe up here in the middle. I don't know. I do have like this, you guys can't really see it on the camera, but there's an ink smudge there. I can cover it up with anything because it's not too bad. Maybe I'll just put it down here. No. When I was cutting this out, I envisioned putting this picture in a corner like this. So we'll just stick with that. So this is a photograph of Lewis Carroll. He is the guy that wrote the Alice in Wonderland books. So I'm just using my list from the previous day. So you know the quick notes that I have from what I did yesterday. As oh my gosh, I keep losing my train of thought. But I have it as a, not a background. Jeez, what's the word I want to use? I have it so that I can do things on a surface without staining my notebook. Oh gosh, I can't think. Words are escaping me. But you guys know what I mean. You can see what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, maybe it's time for me to go to bed. Oh jeez, what time is it? It's almost midnight. It's not my bedtime yet. I usually go to bed around 2 in the morning. That's my normal bedtime. Unless I work early the next day, then I'm in bed by now. So make sure that's on there. So I want to use more of the washi that my husband bought me. I really like this pattern. I think this is supposed to be cranberry. I'm not for sure, but it's just really pretty. Branches of cranberry. So I'm just going to put some along the bottom here. Oops. Make sure you guys can see. Oh, we have some excess. So you gotta trim it with the danger scissors here. There. And I also want to put some along the top because I really like this washi pattern. When I first started using washi tape, I was very anal about how I trimmed it. I never would rip it. I'd always trim it with a straight edge, or I would trim it so it has that pointed edge. You guys know what I mean? But now I'm way more likely to just rip the edges off. It does look nicer that way, I think. I guess depending on what you're doing. So I'm just going to write down that this is Lewis Carroll before I forget. Also, I do plan on leaving my journals to any of my future children that I have, and I want to make sure that they know who that is too. Let's put these away before I get stabbed. Okay, what else did I want to put here? Oh, I have some stickers. So I have been working on my Christmas cards. And they came with these really pretty stickers. I'll show you guys some of them. They're vintage looking. It's made by that brand Cavallini. And they give you a ton of stickers. So I'm going to use this one. Yeah, they give you a ton of stickers to use. And I think there's 24 cards that it comes with, and yeah, they give you way more than you need. So I'm gonna use some of that. This pretty bird will go right here. Oh gosh, I just reminded myself of that movie. Anyone has seen Dumb and Dumber? It's like one of my favorite comedies. It's a stupid movie, but it's so funny. Do you guys remember the part with the pretty bird? That used to make me laugh so hard. It's so horrible, but it made me laugh. Just one more sticker from this set. And just down here it says Merry Christmas. Yes, I did add some glue to the back of the stickers just so that they don't peel off so easily. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm doing all my decorating now. Well, most of it anyway. I do want to stamp. So pretty much any ink pad I use will show up on the opposite side of the page, and I almost stamped directly onto this page, but then I remembered I can't because it'll probably end up ruining what's on the opposite side. So I'll stamp on this side, and then tomorrow when I journal, I can just cover it up. Well, it will show up, but we'll see how much of it bleeds through. It's so weird. No matter what I use to stamp, it will go through. Even if I use water-based marker as ink, it still goes through. Now, which stamp do I want to use? Let's go with the Nutcracker. So, my Nutcracker stamp only fits on part of my acrylic block, but I only want like this top part anyway, so it's okay, because if I were to stamp the whole thing, that would take up way too much room, and I've already heavily decorated that. Alright, so I will go with the color, like a rust color. It says Potter's Clay. I'm just using this ink here. Ooh, it's crooked, I think. Oh no. Too bad we're committed now. staying crooked. Ooh, the Nutcracker is one of my most favorite stories of all time. Oh, my friend Ness told me about these inks. I've seen them around, but I've never actually used them. But I picked up this set of 4, and it's all these colors that are kind of like related to each other. The set she had though were really pretty pastel ones, but the store didn't have it at all. They just had this set and this other set that had colors I didn't really want. But I really wanted to try this ink, so I finally got it, and I really like it. I like how you can control the inking. That sounds kind of gross. Anyways, so we have the Nutcracker stamped right there. I'm gonna let him dry, so I will start writing around here, I think. Oh, we kind of camouflage the ink stain that I have there. So today I woke up with a headache, so we have to make a grumpy doodle of me, my headache. And I tried to sleep it off, but it wouldn't go away. Luckily, I was off work today. But I ended up going for lunch with my sister. Still had my headache, but it wasn't as bad as it was when I woke up. I was kind of hoping that the fresh air would help. I planned on writing over here, but I ended up going over there. Okay. So let's see how the ink... Ooh, look at that bleed through. It went to this page even. Oh my gosh, I've never seen it that bad before. It's okay though, it'll be easy to cover up for tomorrow. I'll zoom in so you guys can see. So, it totally bled through, and as you can see, it's on the next page. It's okay though. Like I said, it's better do it on this page than that page, than this other page, because then can't cover it up because the previous page is already done. So it's okay. Oops. Sorry. I hope you guys aren't getting sick of me zooming in and out there. I just realized I forgot to move my under sheet thingy. So feeling on a roll with this whole double header journaling thing, that if I would have put this here, it would have prevented the extra bleed through. But it's okay. It doesn't look like the bleed through on this page doesn't look horrible. And like I said, I have lots of things I could use to cover that up. So I should have remembered though. Alright, I'm back. I had to cut for a second because I had to go do something. I'm just going to continue writing about my afternoon. So I ended up going for lunch with my sister, and we went for sushi. We went to this place in the city called Daruma Sushi. So I'm just going to draw a little Daruma here. When you go inside there, they have a whole bunch of different Daruma on display. From like pillows, cushions, and like statues and stuff. It's really cute. So I'm just going to do a quick drawing. This is just from, I did a search on Google for some images. So I'll color that in afterwards. And I'm just doing a little frame around the Nutcracker stamp. So I'm done doing all my writing. I'm just going to add some more washi tape. If I can find the end. Here we go. So I just have a little space over here. I was thinking about doing a doodle, but I'm done my writing for today. So on this side, I was writing about how I continued on with decorating the Christmas tree and I couldn't finish it because my back was killing me. So there's my sad doodle of me bent over. My back is feeling better today, not 100%, but a lot better than yesterday. Yay. Actually, I decided to do a Sadie as a pig form doodle. But then it made me remember today I took her out to the bathroom before I went out for lunch, and the neighbor was outside, and his young son was outside too. I think this boy is maybe around 7 or 8 years old or something. But he kept saying to me, "I like your dog. I like your dog." And he just kept saying it over and over, and I just kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thanks." And it just got to a point where it got kind of creepy. Like, I know he means well, but it was kind of creepy. And after Sadie went to the washroom, she started barking at him. And then he just kept repeating himself, "I like your dog." But he always says that whenever Sadie is out. And Sadie was trying to climb like a snowbank to see him, I guess. But snowbank won. So now I'm just going to paint in the little doodles that I did for today. I did a really bad job drawing the tree skirt that we have. Oh, right, so this page is now done. I'm just going to zoom out a bit. So here's how it turned out. I think it looks okay. Yeah, I might actually paint the background of this doodle part here. But not bad. I did it! Yay! 2 pages in a day! Oh, and I gotta finish coloring in these starbursts that I did here. Not a huge deal. But yeah, so it's all done. So hopefully this got into one video instead of splitting it up into 2. But anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, just leave it in the comment section below. Talk to you guys later. Bye!